Hi, I just want to know, how are you doing? I was asked to do this review a little while ago and I actually forgot. Well, I didn't forget as much as such. I just kind of wanted to do a few other things before I got to this one. So, this is Chocolate Greedy by Montale. Well, great fragrance. I love it. Not something I think I'd wear, but I'll get into that in a minute. So, Unisex Fragrance by Montale. I purposely ordered the Montale samples that I thought would veer away from their kind of signature thing of doing oud in pretty much everything that they do. So I'm really glad that I'm getting to try things that aren't centred around that, just to see what else they've got, you know? See what they're made of. Obviously they are oud-tastic, so I wanted to just kind of test the water and see what other stuff they can make. Now, this is an Oriental vanilla fragrance, definitely very gourmand indeed, as you can imagine. The notes are, coffee is one of them. It's a really lovely array of notes. I love saying that word, array. Coffee, cacao, which is the chocolate part, tonka bean, bitter orange, vanilla, and dried fruits. I don't know what the dried fruits are, and I can't really tell what they are either. I have my little sample here. But yeah, really, really cool. If you're into gourmands in any way, if you like those kind of foodie smells, and if you like chocolate, obviously give this a go. I will say, chocolate for me has always been an iffy note in things. There's only one or two fragrances that I like that contain it. One of them being Angel, where it's not really chocolatey anyway, I don't think. And the other one is Don't Shoot Me Down, Britney Spears Fantasy, but that's white chocolate, so that's kind of just vanilla anyway. I've always found in fragrances where chocolate features, it tends to smell cheap, and I'm not really a lover of chocolate scented or flavoured things unless I'm eating the real thing. I don't even like hot chocolate as a drink, so yeah, that's probably why I stay away from them, but I'm glad I got this anyway. So I'll tell you what it smells like. As I said, this is full-on gourmandy coolness, and it brings memories flooding back to me of things I've eaten in the past, and it keeps changing. This is kind of like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory's Everlasting Gobstopper. So it takes you on a little bit of a journey. When I first put it on my skin is when I can smell the chocolate the most. It's a very soft, subtle, creamy chocolate, and there's an orangey hint in there as well. Kind of like Terry's Chocolate Orange if you're from the UK, but the orange is very understated. It's already about this whack of chocolate and softness, but it isn't cheap smelling in any way. It is really, really nice. It's edible. This is why I'm saying it's a gourmand. This is something that you'd want to lick off of your hand. Really, really nice. There's something in here that reminds me or makes me think of cereal, breakfast cereal. There's something in this chocolatey mix, besides all of the crazy vanilla as well, that makes me feel like bran flakes or Cocoa Pops. I don't know if they're called something different in other countries, but we call them Cocoa Pops. They're like Rice Krispies, but the chocolate ones. When you eat them, you get that chocolatey feel, but you get something a little bit cereal-like, and that's what I get from this. It's not just a full-on just chocolate and that's it. There is a lot of other stuff going on which I really like. All of the notes in this deliver. I like that. What you read on paper, you get in the fragrance, and that is really good because it's nice to be able to pick a lot of stuff out and really get involved in it. So I get that. The orangey stuff kind of disappears quite quickly, and this has got tonka bean and vanilla in it, and they are like a wham bam combination of stuff. Tonka bean and vanilla, they're similar anyway. Tonka bean's kind of a little bit more almondy though, and they just bounce off of each other. They enhance each other. It's like a match made in heaven. So tonka bean, really, really strong vanilla in this, and the vanilla in this I can safely say is one of the realest I've smelled before. I have made my own vanilla macerat from vanilla pods and vodka. I had to make it for my course, and they've been sitting in my cupboard for 2 years. When you smell vanilla so pure like that and extracted, sometimes it can fool your nose into thinking that you're smelling chocolate. It's really weird. Vanilla, when you smell it so up close and so pure, it doesn't smell how you would think when it's in its natural state. And this has got a bit of that going on. It's got this very realistic, punchy vanilla. Almost smells a little bit like hot chocolate because it's kind of milky and smooth as well. And there's this weird cereal note going on. Bran, oats, what else is there? Corn, rice, wheat, something from a field. Something from a field, some sort of grain going on in there. Which is really good because, you know, it could have just been really boring. It could have just been vanilla-y chocolate and I would have said, thank you, goodbye. But it's not. It's a little bit more than that. It's not very strong, which is a nice break from Montale's because a lot of them are super powerful and overpowering and a little bit, you know, whoa, we can go on a date another time. But this one is just enough, I think. This is going to probably make people want to eat you. Choose to wear this wisely. Maybe if you're going on a date or something. Yes, it's very much almost verging onto the edible gourmand thing. Pretty much there already. It is. It's pretty much gourmand. Not pretty much. Done. I'm rambling. I always ramble. I need to stop doing that. Yeah. So, as we move into the dry down, when we're getting to the kind of end stages, the vanilla really starts to become the star of the show. And that's when I can really feel this very authentic vanilla smell coming out of it. It's really hard to describe that if it's, you know, it's not just vanilla. Vanilla's always paired together with like creamy things and stuff like that. Like I said before, when you smell vanilla on its own, it's way different. It's just got a little bit more of an edge, it's a bit more planty smelling. It's a little bit rougher, it's not necessarily always smooth vanilla. And I get that from this, which is really cool. But it has got a smoothness coming from these other things. Tonka is just like a blanket, basically. It just waves its creamy wand over things and then just creates a bit of magic. Gorgeous. Simple but interesting is what I would say about it. Simple enough that there's no surprises in here, but interesting enough that you're not just going to be wearing chocolate. So, love it. Really, really impressed. Glad I got my sample and I will try this out every now and then. I'm Punchy. Click my logo to subscribe and I'll see you guys very soon for another review. Goodbye.